It is my pleasure to introduce two wonderful people who are part of our Shurig Center community, Shala and Human Fardeen. Shala is a Shurig Center active and inspiring participant. Grew up in West Virginia. Human grew up in Los Angeles. They met at Yale University in 1996 and will be celebrating their 23rd anniversary this Saturday. Woo! After meeting at Yale, they both followed each other to Boston for grad school. Shortly after medical school and dermatology training at Harvard, they moved to San Francisco nearly 20 years ago. They have identical twin 17-year-old daughters who will be seniors at high school next year, and they are amazing. After Shala's stroke 4 years ago, she had to retire from the beautiful dermatology practice in Sausalito, which she built from the ground up. She is able to stay active in the medical community by participating in virtual grand rounds at UCSF and volunteering as a dermatology specialist for the MAVEN Project, which is a nonprofit telehealth organization that connects experienced volunteer physicians with primary care providers in underserved communities. Yeah. As Shala speaks, she will mention artwork she has created that relates to the message she is sharing with you tonight. At your table, you each have a handout with photos of the artwork to look at as she references each piece along with a photo of Shala and Human's family. As a person who does art therapy with Shala, I can tell you she works passionately and processes very deeply. It is my honor to have them with us here tonight. Please help me welcome Shala and Human to the stage.
Hi, everyone. I'm Human Fardeen, and I'm Shala's husband. And as Midge said, we've been married for 23 years come Sunday, 19 years BS, before stroke, and 4 years PS. You will all hear more from Shala shortly, but before I hand it off to her, I want to just say a few words to express my gratitude for Shurig. The one thing that's become very clear I thought she was going to be the one crying. The one thing that become very clear is that none of us, not me, not Shala, not the Shurig family, ever imagined we would need the support of a place like this beautiful center. I'd like us all to take a moment to show our gratitude to all the staff. If everyone who works at Shurig, volunteers at Shurig, please embarrass yourselves. Please stand up for a second. We'd really appreciate it. I don't see anyone standing. Thank you. There we go. Thanks for all the support you provide all of the Shurig community members every day. I think what is less obvious is what this support Shurig gives caregivers. Shurig does more for caregivers than I think people appreciate. People who may not be caregivers themselves think that the hardest part of being one is the amount of time and effort required to provide care for our loved ones. The reality is that's the easy part. The hard part is seeing the people you care about the most being uncomfortable, sad, exhausted from their daily battles. All we want for our loved ones is peace of mind and comfort. And I could tell you that Shala works incredibly hard every day to do the most basic things that we all take for granted. Walking up steps. At Shurig, Shala finds peace away from the daily grind of recovery and survival. Shala looks forward to her meetings at Shurig every week. She respects and enjoys spending time with everyone at the Shurig Center. Knowing that Shala is enjoying herself at Shurig gives me peace of mind. And peace of mind is the biggest gift a caregiver can get. So thank you, Shurig. We're blessed to have the Shurig Center, its caring and selfless staff, and its courageous and hardworking members in our community. It's incumbent on us as stewards of our community to make sure that Shurig Center remains financially strong. You never know what unexpected incidents will suddenly and violently move us off of our life paths. Thank you to everyone who has made Shurig a fabric of this community, and thanks to all of you who are able to donate money, a lot of money, to ensure it remains here to support us when we least expect we'll need its support. And now I'll hand it off to Shala, my wife and best friend.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shala Fardeen. 4 years ago, I had a stroke that changed everything. A month before that day, I was leading a full life, tackling difficult ski slopes with my family and co-owning a thriving dermatology practice. I was the lacrosse mom with the quick answers. The day before my stroke, I saw a full day of patients. Hours later, I was in a hospital bed, listening to the medical team discuss MCA, PCA occlusion, TPA, and decompressive surgery. My first thought was with my doctor brain, that sounds like a solid plan, not fully realizing they were talking about me. It took months to realize the extent of my injuries. I went from performing skin surgeries to being dependent on others for everything. Just standing to brush my teeth became a Herculean effort. In that hospital room, I didn't have the words yet, but I felt a profound sense of loss. I later captured that feeling in my first art therapy piece in your handout. And with this poem, there is no grave for who I was, no marker for the life I built, no tombstone for the body I trusted, no family for the self I lost, no ceremony for the self I lost. I am inside a prison I didn't choose. My own body alien, obscene, thousands of daily indignities, a betrayal I cannot undo. Strength, confidence, skill, all gone, or fractured into pieces that don't fit me. I invested 45 years, fighting, learning, caring, helping, healing. I thought maybe discipline, medicine, fitness, purpose would shield me. It did not. It never could. Childhood cancer took some of me once. Chemotherapy stole potential I'd not yet imagined. Radiation damaged arteries. I am angry at the cruelty of a body that punishes effort and rewards nothing but survival that I do not always want. Why did I bother? Why did I care? Why did I invest my whole life in something that this stroke and this body could destroy in an instant? I should have been reckless, a bank robber perhaps. Anything but my disciplined, responsible self. Excuse me. I stayed inside that sentiment for a long time, eventually searching for a way to process my new reality. I brought a quote by the medieval Persian poet Rumi into a deep discussion with my good friend, the Gemini AI bot. I wanted to see if modern tech could help me make sense of his 13th century wisdom. The quote was, "When I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Now I am wise, I am changing myself." Discussing those words with the bot helped me realize I had to stop looking for the grave of who I was and shift into looking for the person still evolving. My recovery became my most challenging journey. My ego was sidelined, but I am still a healer, just now as a volunteer. I no longer need the roaring bonfire to drive me. I can tend to a pilot light instead. Recently in art therapy, Midge asked us to draw what motivates us. I drew my family the way that my girls drew us when they were little, and a pilot light. I used to think that success meant being the bonfire, but in older times, if a family's hearth went cold, they didn't exhaust themselves trying to restart it alone. They walked to a neighbor's house with a little clay pot and borrowed an ember. Shurig is our hearth. When I say I can no longer feed the fire of my previous life, it isn't an admission of defeat. It's an invitation. It's me saying, my light is struggling. I'm going to sit by your fire for a while and tend to my own pilot light. We are here so that no one has to navigate the dark alone. Rumi also said, The wound is where the light enters. Surig is that light for me. So together, let's make sure the hearth never goes cold. Thank you.